Do you believe I'm the most dangerous man in the world, Lucy?
I'm not answering your questions.
Well then,
now she's dodging?
Yeah,
She's
don't let her dodge.
Bro, she was saying, no, we're staying on this topic. Ask your one question.
we need to change the dynamic of this interview because, and I'll make this clear, I allowed you into my home. I'm doing you a favor, giving you the first interview I'm giving to the public. You don't come here with a position of authority. You're not the police. I don't.
You're a nobody! Yeah, so BBC, they're trying to hit piece on me as well right now, but nobody folded so far.
Here's the plot twist. BBC hit piece is actually a black guy fucking Sneako.
What the fuck?
Oh, he's doing the
fuck?
finger thing.
Yes.
Andrew's doing the finger thing.
He always does that in interviews. And you see everybody's
He's
been doing
building
interviews.
his chakra. Let's go.
Is that some demonic stuff? Is that
In Freemasonry, the way you place your digits actually changes your line of thinking and alignment. So, because yeah, it is interesting.
So it's a Freemason thing?
Well, it's a cult. It's like
Can you
a
get me
cult.
a Red Bull from the
yeah,
fridge?
yeah. It's in Freemasonry, but it's in other things too. It's in Hermeticism and all that. And just like straighten your back, yeah. Immediately, all your words and tone change. It's just like that.
Something about this too. It makes you fix your posture.
It hits the lumbar for me. Yeah, but it's just cringe.
But Elon Musk is doing it. Ronaldo's doing it. I'm seeing everybody do it in high-level interviews.
You've agreed to do an interview with the BBC today.
Yep.
The material is going to be published on television, on radio, online.
Perfect.
We are doing an interview with you because
He looks good.
you're facing
Looks
some
young.
very serious allegations.
Correct.
Rape, human trafficking.
Yep.
And also because there's a great deal of concern about the things you say and the impact that they have on young people, on women.
Fuck this bitch in the chat.
Concerns about the things I say. I think the concern is for the level of influence I have and the reach I have. I would argue that a lot of the things that are already out there inside of the legacy media and the matrix as a whole are far more damaging than the things I say.
It's the concern about the influence you have being a harmful influence, but let's start with the allegations.
Not necessarily a harmful influence. The fact that I'm massively influential over the youth, and I understand that. But it's my influence as a whole which people are afraid of, not necessarily the things I say.
Let's start with the allegations. Have you anybody?
Absolutely not.
It's really, after 6 months, they're asking the same shit that every other media channel. Have you somebody? There's only one answer to this question on BBC.
That's where you double down.
Bro.
Have you
There's like
trafficked?
someone absolutely let her have a mental breakdown and the internet will be on your side. They'll be like, oh, obviously you didn't rape someone, he's fucking saying it live. Even if kids and parents and the youth will all know. If she asked me that and I double down, you really think there'd be pitchforks after me? When I do my stupid face, I go, absolutely, I'm everyone.
Why are you doing Trump hands when you talk about? You just absolutely have somebody.
Trump's my hero.
Full stop.
Trump's my
Just
hero.
one girl. Just one.
How you emulated Andrew Tate is how I emulated the hero Trump.
Do you do this too? Nick does it. The fucking the.
Does Nick do that?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. When the
Okay.
Absolutely not.
really?
Exploited any women for
Absolutely
money?
not.
But you have admitted using emotional manipulation to get women to work in the webcam industry for you.
No. Firstly, let's begin let's start at the beginning. I'm facing charges. The first one you mentioned, the rape one, has already been thrown out by a judge because there's no evidence of it. Secondly, it's very difficult for me to sit here and have a very frank and honest conversation with you while we're in the territory of Romania about a legal case that's going on within Romania. I have to protect myself. I've agreed to do an interview with you, and I want to be as honest with you as possible. But I can't incriminate myself in any way, and I have to be very careful with what I talk about.
There are no charges yet.
Correct. There are no
judge
charges.
has said that
There are
more
no charges,
evidence
and
must
I've agreed to speak to you. But I have to be as honest and frank as I can, while also protecting myself and following my legal counsel.
So let's talk about what you've said yourself then. You have said on the website, for your original website for the Hustlers University, that you emotionally manipulated women to fall in love with you so that you could get them working in the sex industry for your financial gain.
What she described here is what every gold digging bitch does, all 2 billion of them. Manipulate a man for financial gain.
Sex trafficking.
What she has literally described here is most women on earth, and she's pointing to Andrew.
And saying you're.
And Andrew has no argument.
Wait, he didn't even.
No, his argument isn't going to be like mine. It's going to be stupid.
What would your argument be?
Mine's combative. His is going to be on the back foot. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, he's going to be like, I understand
because you're coming from a content background. They did extend his house arrest another 30 days. They did the maximum sentence that you could send somebody without any evidence.
His fucking
6 months.
No, he can do his backtrack answer and then fill in. That's how humans use each other. Hey, babe, fall in love with me, work for me. What? People don't have their wives work for them? Give me a fucking break.
Okay, but this is not just content. This is his livelihood and a lot of other people at stake too. Tristan, Georgiana, Luana.
It's not going to harm him to say women manipulate men for finances. He's a businessman, and it's not manipulation. He's dating her. He's taking care of her. He's feeding her. How the fuck is that manipulation? He's fucking dating the bitch. The least she can do is make some fucking money. The fuck? And as a human, whatever.
What do you think his response is going to be?
His response is going to be, I did not do that. This was all misconstrued and taken out of context. Something like that.
As I said, I have to be very careful with what I say, but let's put it this way. No women are coming out against me and accusing me of doing it.
That's good.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Who?
There's testimony from the current investigation.
The current investigation, which I cannot discuss, which I know intimately and you don't, I can tell you right now that the women who are in this case file, there are 2 American women who have been caught already admitting they're lying.
They know
those are whores. They got exposed. Those whores.
We've seen them around in Brickell. Like I've seen them at the mall here. Remember I took you to
what?
them out?
The women?
They walk around here. Yes, those 2 girls that he's talking about. They're just walking around having fun right now. No criminal charges. They don't face anything. Like,
I got a street interview with Zherka. You're a whore. You're a whore. You're trying to put him in jail.
They should be in jail. I think everybody in the chat, we need to jail people who falsely accuse men of trafficking. 100%. They should face jail time. These whores need to go.
Yeah.
Lock them up.
Yeah.
Lock up those whores.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then nobody else is accusing me of anything.
To begin with, it's very common in cases like this that the alleged victims do not always see themselves as victims.
Well, that's very interesting. It's actually extremely interesting because if I was a matrix-controlled organization and my goal was to slander somebody and try and destroy their name, you're telling me that they've chosen a crime which, 1, is heinous, of course, because it damages the person's credibility, and 2, you're saying that even if everyone else involved, if you have 5 people and everyone's sitting there saying, no, nobody's hurt anybody, we like Andrew, we've all worked together, or we're friends, etc.
That's not what everybody's saying.
No.
Let me read you some of the testimony from the current investigation.
Can I finish this?
One of the witnesses said...
Can I finish this?
You're not answering the question I've asked you. You're not answering...
Don't ask, can I? She's no authority.
It's your
house.
Talk
over the bitch. It's not his house. It's your livelihood, your life. They're going to lock you up. Don't let her run this. He is doing this because he's rattled, and obviously we'd all do this if we were locked up. But this is the one time where it's she's going for the throat, this fucking dumb whore.
Answering the question
I am answering the question. You're saying,
read you the testimony of one of the witnesses.
You're saying the people who are involved in this, even if they say they're not victims, that they're still going to try and attack me and pretend they're victims.
Treated as victims by the case that's ongoing. And not all of them are saying that.
He's letting her get away with that fucking thing.
They're treated as victims.
What a dumb bitch.
Nah, she got nothing.
One of the witnesses says...
We can't go into the case. The case is open and active.
Well, let's just be clear that not all of the witnesses in the case are behaving in the way you describe. And even those that are, it doesn't bar them from being treated as victims by the prosecution by the case.
We have an open criminal investigation. I am absolutely not really sure I'll be found innocent. I know the case better than you. I know it intimately and you don't. I have seen all the criminal files and the evidence against me and you haven't. I know the truth of what happened and you don't. And I'm telling you absolutely not really, I've never hurt anybody, that the case that's been put against me is completely and utterly fabricated. And I'm never going to be found guilty of anything. And it's very difficult for me to answer your in-depth questions.
Now, he could add pressure by saying, what you're doing right now is you're humiliating yourself. So now she has a hit piece to run on him, but she actually will have the fear of, wait a minute, if he's found innocent and hometown hero worldwide, I'm going to receive so much backlash that I can't really go up in my career. That would threaten her whole position if he said, you will be the internet humiliation ritual, not Andrew Tate. All he has to do is say that. When I'm found innocent, you're going to be humiliated for this interview. All he has to do is that. No one is actually going to feel bad for the bitch because no one
I understand your tactic and your method right now, but he had more Zherka energy before he really blew up. He was there saying slap, slap, choke. Like he was making jokes like that. You're on here saying, I'm a
No, hold
Missy's on. You're calling him
hold on.
you a nigga.
No, check this.
That's what got him in trouble.
One in the chat, if I'm correct, if he says all the facts and then says what you're doing is you're humiliating yourself. When I'm found innocent, this is going to be a bad look for you. You're trying too hard, young lady. If he says that to her, she literally starts skipping questions.
Okay.
And she literally stops doing the job
I'll give you that.
at 100%. She'll start doing it at like 70%.
I'll give you one.
Because we're sitting here inside of the territory of Romania, I am beholden to the Romanian legal system. And I'm not going to incriminate myself because you're trying to prod me. You are wrong, and we're going to have to accept that for now and ask and talk about something else.
You are wrong.
Let me read you then what you have said about what you have done.
Trump's strategy is way better. Nope. Gives them nothing.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think that's
exactly what
no,
you said
that's
on your
that's
website.
that's no. I've never said that. That's something that you found on the internet. Doesn't mean I've said it.
In
And
your
and again,
Perfect.
Really? I thought he did. I thought he said that.
No, he didn't. She found it on the internet. She found words. Totally vague. She's a... That was perfect.
Deny.
Well, no. He's innocent.
imaginary Sophie,
She's making the point that there is
has she accused me of a crime?
emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question, and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here because I've allowed you into my house
I'm asking you the question.
correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, we're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as legacy media, giving you relevance by speaking to you. And I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The
and
BBC did not invent.
Of course not. And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here? What is she
Talking
saying?
about emotional manipulation
Has
into
she-
the sex industry for your financial gain.
Absolute garbage. She has not filed this person, if they exist, has not filed criminal charges against me. I welcome anybody who believes I've harmed them, male or female, any point in the past to file criminal charges against me. I will fight them. I know who I am, and I know what I've done, and I know the truth, and I know that I'll be found innocent of this attack. The reason I'm being attacked is because of my massive influence, not because I've ever hurt anybody. And for you to sit here and say that everybody around you is saying you're innocent, but that doesn't matter because the state will say they're victims, and they're just going to grab everybody you know and call everybody victims, even if they say they're not, and try and put you in jail. You are describing a matrix attack. You're not describing human trafficking.
I'm describing women who are going to court to accuse you of rape and human trafficking.
We
and
will see what women
excuse
go.
me, can I
We will
finish,
see
please?
what women go to court at
Can
the
I
end of this
finish,
trial.
please?
We'll see which women go
Can
to
I
court.
finish, please?
We'll see which women go to court.
I'm describing women who are going to court to accuse you of rape and human
Sophie hasn't
trafficking.
gone to court. Sophie doesn't
and
exist.
I'm describing women who have spoken to the BBC at length
Sophie doesn't exist.
and other media organisations about what they say is emotional manipulation and coercion. And I'm quoting back to you your own words where you describe
They're not my words.
coercion
They're words
and
you
emotional
found. They're
manipulation.
words you found on the internet, and Sophie doesn't exist.
On your
So let's move on to
website,
the next
in
subject.
your voice.
Move on to the next subject.
No, I think I'll stick on this one for a minute. So there's other
Ooh, you're missing it right now. They're playing. They're sparring in your.
places
No,
in that
I watched
same
this clip
website
part,
where you
this part.
say you get girls to fall in love with you and they do it because they love you, because they want to do what you say. Convincing women to take part in some kind of business arrangement doesn't work long term because they're emotional. You've got to get them to fall in love with you.
Once
That's
again,
coercion, that's emotional manipulation, that's abuse.
what you found are clips from the internet, some text from the internet, and you're going to sit here and tell me that that's the reason I should be put
Your
in jail.
website, your words.
It's not my website.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Check my website. Next.
You know, I know Andrew can't say this, and no one on his team can say this, but when you think, let's say that they're right, and it is emotional abuse, and like he's manipulating, you know that there's strippers who pull knives on people. Like the girls around him were strippers, bro, who were manipulating men with like fucking drugs, like Cardi B types.
Cardi B drugged and robbed
drugging.
men.
Like,
admitted
why
to
are
it.
we acting like he's going into a fucking
Yeah.
church grabbing women? Get the fuck
And that's
out of
actual sex trafficking. And there's no BBC interview about that. Why is Cardi B still getting McDonald's sponsorship? She's in the White House with Bernie Sanders. She's twerking with Hillary Clinton. They don't ever attack them. There's very clearly a specific agenda.
You are accusing me, I'm guessing, what you're trying to say is you're accusing me and you're trying to say that I'm guilty of the things I'm accused of and that I'm emotionally manipulating people.
I'm saying that you have said you emotionally manipulated people here for your own financial gain,
No, absolutely not.
and I'm asking you about that.
Absolutely not is the answer. I look for
Pause. Look at this. Now, he's an intelligent guy. Never look away when you disagree. Absolutely not. He should have been on eye contact there the whole time.
On the original website have been taken down, and I wonder why.
You are accusing me, I'm guessing, what you're trying to say is you're accusing me and you're trying to say that I'm guilty of the things I'm accused of and that I'm emotionally manipulating people.
I'm saying that you have said you emotionally manipulated people here for your own financial gain.
No, absolutely not.
And I'm
That's so bad.
Why it looks like he's lying?
Yeah,
That's like a liar.
It's a psychic retreat. He's not supposed to do it. And you know what's funny? He's intelligent enough to know it, but she's actually applying pressure. Like he feels she's coming at the throat.
You're saying no, I have the opposite to that. I have to counter that. I have someone called Sophie with no face, a fake name, who we've invented, and she's not accusing you of anything criminal. So I don't see the whole point you're trying to make
You say you
here.
manipulate women, they say you manipulate women. Why wouldn't people think you do?
I'm not here. Do you think I'm manipulating you?
I'm asking you about the testimony you've given on your website and the testimony
No,
women have given
you've
about
printed
you.
something off that you found on Reddit, and you're going to sit here and say that that makes me a bad person. I'm saying that you should know better as a journalist and do some proper journalism. Let's investigate the fact that
I
thousands...
think you should answer my questions
I am.
properly.
I am. I already have, and we should move on. She's just trying to start an argument.
It's not only about the criminal allegations. It's a much bigger issue. You've got
You see that? She's actually a snake. Well, it's not just the criminal allegations that I cannot prove. There's more. It's like when your girlfriend goes, I'm mad at you, like, for the fact that you went out with your friends.
It's not just the
but
friends.
It's not that you just went out with
It's a combination
There's
of
more.
things. It's everything.
I'm anti-drugs, I'm anti-violence. The UK is facing a knife crime epidemic, and they're
Well,
going to
you
sit here and
have
say
said.
they're going to sit here and say that I'm the most dangerous man in the UK.
You have said you're the most dangerous man in the world.
I've said I'm the most dangerous man in the world.
You've also said that a woman's
Okay. The good response.
He could have easily said, I'm doing a marketing fucking strategy
He doesn't
as
need
an
to.
influencer. I'm a top G.
he
Do
said
you really
that.
think I won't give CPR to my buddy because it's gay?
He said that by smirking. That covered it all.
intimate parts belong to her male partner. I'm glad you find
Yeah,
it
that's
funny.
good.
I find it funny that you're sitting here saying that I've said I'm the most dangerous man in the world, and you believe that's... When did I say that?
I'm asking if you believe it.
No, you said you're the most dangerous man in the world. Is that some kind of proof that I'm dangerous? Am I...
He should have just said, yes, I'm a supervillain to humiliate her.
Just start
Trump. Trump
joking.
humiliates people who do this shit. I wouldn't joke if she goes, Zherka, are you the most dangerous man on earth? I go, oh yeah, do you feel endangered? I'm a supervillain.
So yeah, that's joking. But
Dr. Evil now? I'm telling you that it's very upsetting that you're going to sit here and that certain organizations in the world are going to try and pretend that I'm the biggest force of evil on earth when I'm genuinely a
telling
force
you
for
what
good.
you have said.
I'm genuinely a force
Not
for
what
good.
I've said.
And the reason they're doing this is because of the massive influence I have.
I'm the force for good. You're BBC. You're the force of evil. That's a good one.
If you're going to sit here and say that me believing a woman should take a man's last name in marriage makes me the most dangerous man in the world, then you're just going to lose even more credibility than the BBC's already lost in the last 4 to 5 years. If that's your point, if that's your narrative you want to
also
push,
say that
good
men
luck.
this BBC interview needs a BBC.
A lot of high-value men, a lot of rich men do it. Do you believe I'm the most
say-
dangerous man in the world, Lucy?
I'm not answering your questions.
Well then,
Now she's dodging.
Yeah,
She's
don't let her
repressing it.
dodge.
Bro, she was saying, no, we're staying on this topic. You ask your one question.
we need to change the dynamic of this interview because, and I'll make this clear, I allowed you into my home. I'm doing you a favor, giving you the first interview I'm giving to the public. You don't come here with a position of authority. You're not the police. I don't
You're a nobody.
respect the
Fucking
BBC.
dumb
I don't
cunt.
know you. You do not come here with a position of authority over me. We are equals. We are people. We're citizens of the world, and we sit here as equals. And I
Okay, he's equal to a woman. This guy's kind of.
But you got to pivot away from the misogyny
so close,
thing.
man. You're so close.
Bro.
I'm really rooting for you, man.
No more misogyny. If you know, you know.
see you as my equal, and if you ask me questions, I can ask you questions back. For you to come here
Oh, don't. We're not arguing. You're just.
here and sit down and pretend you're the Gestapo and that you don't have to answer my questions is disingenuous
This
because I don't owe
interview
you
is me
anything.
asking questions and you answer
But
them
I don't owe, no,
however you want.
this is a conversation, and I don't owe you any degree of authority over me. So let's make that clear. And that doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or from the BBC or the CNN. I'm here to
You
answer
have
your
said-
questions and be honest with you and do you a favor.
Great.
And I'm doing you a favor, but you come here with loaded questions, you're trying to paint a narrative of me which is negative,
I'm asking you
And
about
that's
things
fine.
you've said that people are concerned about.
and that's fine,
You
but
have
you're not going to
said
sit here
a
and say you don't
woman's-
answer my questions because you're not above me.
This is also not supposed to be a third degree, it's supposed to be a conversation.
Absolutely.
Well, it would help if you answered the question.
I've answered every question so far.
Imagine I just takes a finger in your girl.
Like this. What the fuck? Unmatched Persica fingering.